We begin with President Trump's $4.4 trillion budget proposal and what many are saying lacks fiscal responsibility amid skyrocketing national debt, although the White House does not see it that way.
The budget reduces the deficit by over $3 trillion. This budget not only funds the president's priorities, but puts the country on a path to restoring fiscal discipline.
Let's bring in our panel to discuss. Peter Morici, University of Maryland economist, Gary Kaltbaum, president of Kaltbaum Capital Management, and Ford O'Connell, Civic Forum PAC chairman. Gentlemen, this is what I'm calling Trumponomics, the use of deficit spending, not unlike what Ronald Reagan did. And Peter, I think here's the point. As much as Republicans talk about curbing spending and the debt, they don't have the political will to do it. This is the hand President Trump has been dealt. And I think as long as he cuts taxes and reduces regulations, he can make more with it than many people suspect.
Well, they don't have the votes to cut spending. They don't have the votes to cut entitlement. They simply don't. Even on health care reform, they couldn't muster 51 votes because several Republicans are really very liberal. The reality is 80 to 90% of the caucus would likely go along with trimming entitlements, reforms of various kinds to make room for defense spending. But they need Democratic votes. And without those Democratic votes, they simply have to increase spending to get anything done.
Gary, are you concerned about this? I know we're all fiscal conservatives. None of us have to run for re-election. We know it's the third rail in politics, but I think Trump is going to make the best of this. And this is the hand he's been dealt. But many people are thinking, hey, you know what? This White House has veered off course here.
Well, let's be clear. This has been all inherited. But keep in mind, we're at $4.4 trillion next year. We're $4.1 this year. We were $3.8 last year. And we're heading to $5 trillion a year. And every one of those dimes comes out of the economy, comes out of the taxpayer, and that's my worry going forward. We've talked about this for years, Charles, about it being headwinds for the economy, and all I know is it's getting worse, it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. And I know about the tax cuts, and I know about a lot of great things the president's doing economically, but this in the long run, look out. And I said this weekend to you, Charles, $400 billion next year. The first $400 billion of taxpayer dollars is going towards interest payments, not to the poor and or the indigent or to roads or bridges. Right. And then it's going to be $700 billion in 3 years. So the trajectory is a horror show, and somebody one day better start doing something about it or else.
Ford, I see you not yet. Before I let you in, I want to let the audience know that Ronald Reagan, when he came in office, he inherited a tough financial situation. And GDP, deficit spending as a percentage of GDP was 3.8% or significantly higher. And during a 4-year period, the average GDP growth that you have on your screen of almost 4%. So can they coexist, particularly in a position where President Trump, Ford, says he wants to ignite this economy because we have been in the doldrums. We haven't had 3% GDP since 2005.
Well, look, I think you're absolutely right. In the short run, yes, I do think it can coexist, and you're absolutely right. He is playing the hand he's been dealt. He's trying to leverage the debt to grow the economy. And let me say this, and he's also ticking off many items in the budget that they promised on the campaign trail, whether it's the VA, opioids, southern border wall. The White House sees this as an economic blueprint for certainty. But going forward, I do agree with Peter, and I do agree with Gary. There's not the political will in Washington to do what needs to be done, and that is 70% of our spending is servicing the debt, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. And unfortunately, all three programs are a Ponzi scheme, and we've overpromised people. And until Washington wants to raise the eligibility age on those programs and put in work requirements on Medicaid, guess what? We are in deep trouble. We are basically robbing Peter and his grandkids to pay Paul in the here and now.
So Peter, before we get to your grandkids, the here and now. How will this economy look? How can this economy look? Can we still achieve near-term growth? And can that near-term growth ultimately whittle away at debt? In other words, supply-side economics, can it work?
Oh, I think we can grow more rapidly than we have. The question is it going to be 3% or 4%? And a lot will depend on things like regulatory reform with regard to infrastructure and so forth. If we get the regulatory reform, and we maybe get some trade reform, then I think we can grow at 4%. We can have Ronald Reagan's economy. We haven't forgotten how to grow. We've just had a government until now that didn't believe in growth. And we have lots of economists in academic institutions who vote Democratic, who are very happy to publish papers that deny basic economics and say, we can't grow that fast. We can grow at 4%. It'll be a neat trick to see him do it, and it'll largely hinge not so much on spending, because we have plenty of that now,
right,
but whether they really can get the regulatory reform, as they outlined, for example, today in their infrastructure plan, that they need.
Right. And Gary, speaking of infrastructure, a lot of these infrastructure-related stocks had great sessions, whether it was Caterpillar, U.S. Steel. But the numbers, do they work for you? Can the government just put in $200 billion and get a $1.5 trillion plan out of that?
You can't fit a 10-pound salami in a 5-pound bag the way I see it. Look, it is good news that we're going to do something about infrastructure, but again, hopefully there's some private-public partnerships, because going in debt, you know, we heard the words leveraging debt. Those are not two good words. Leveraging debt, this leads to more debt and more debt and more debt. And let me just say one other thing. The last year, the Clinton administration, we spent $1.8 trillion. We're now at 4.4, headed to 5. I'm still trying to figure out where all this money is going to. And I do know about entitlements, but it's an election year, so that's not going to get done. I am just hoping somebody has the you-know-whats next year to stand up and yell and scream that if we don't change the trajectory of the entitlements one day, and I mean this, there is a debt bomb out there, and I don't know what day it is, I don't know what number it is, but it's out there, and it's going to blow up eventually.
The clock is ticking. We all can hear the clock ticking, by the way. I do want to let the audience hear what President Trump had to say today with respect to infrastructure spending.
This is a common sense and bipartisan plan that every member of Congress should support. I look forward to working with them, and we're going to get the American people roads that are fixed and bridges that are fixed. And if for any reason they don't want to support it, hey, that's going to be up to them.
Ford, what are your thoughts?
Look, I like where the plan's headed, and I like the basic outline. Here's what the Democrats misrepresent on Capitol Hill, and that is currently infrastructure, only 14% of it is funded by the federal government, and 86% of it is funded either at the local, state, or in private partnership situation. I think we can do this. I think there's the way to go. And one thing I would point out as a model of infrastructure going forward in sort of a rural area that brings goods and services to market is I look at the Hardy Toll Road in Houston, Texas, which has been nothing beyond a success and has paid for itself over time. We should have the users be paying for the infrastructure and the federal government deciding and sort of curtailing people to go in that right direction to support it.